if I leave Reina and I save Tanaka, you know what? Maybe we do. Maybe we go and live a happy, perfect life. But then Reina here suffers. Forever. She'll be stuck in this dang place. Forever. You know what? It's not a difficult choice. It's been staring at me the entire time. Tanaka himself, he's important. He's important to me. He's important to all of us. Reina was lost and forgotten. Reina was ignored. Her entire life was pile upon pile upon pile of bullshit. Please don't hurt me. What I did to Tanaka, it was the only way. You get it, right? Right? No, you're wrong, but then again, maybe this isn't the right way to begin with. But maybe there isn't the right way to begin with. It's your own way. In your own way, you're the same as me, grasping at whatever you could. He may still be down here, like you said. Would the Tanaka I find be the real him, though? If I use the mask, would I be the real me? I'm honestly not sure anymore. You're really not gonna go after him? No. I'm not. I'd have to give up even more of myself, succumb to even more of this darkness. He wouldn't have wanted this. You know, for a long time, your face was all I saw. Ever since Kamakura. It's motivated me to push through my sadness because I thought that I was doing something good. Putting my problems behind me by becoming the hero and slaying some ancient evil. You became a demon. A symbol of all of my hatred, of everything bad that has happened to me every day. No, I'm not a demon. No, you're not. You're not. You are not a demon. You're just a girl. You always were. Besides, I'm no hero. I'm not sure if there's such a thing. I realize that now. Me, you, Tanaka, all three of us were just paper dolls, caught up in a storm, being blown by winds that were so far out of our control. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for any of it to happen. I just wanted a way out. I wanted to be normal. You know what? Tanaka was one of the smartest detectives. No. Maybe the smartest people I knew. I think he knew what would happen to him. Maybe that's why he was so distant. I wish things had played out differently. Oh God, do I wish that had happened. For us, and for you. Reina, I know what happened to you. All of it. I don't know how I saw all those things, but I cannot just ignore them. No one deserves to experience what you did, Reina. Every day you lived in hell, with no love or light. It was awful. Awful. Fucking awful. You were born in a situation, and you were used as a child. When you grew up to a teen, you were used again. And then you ended your life and to only wind up in this damn place. Honestly, we failed you, and I'm sorry. I forgive you. I forgive you, Reina. It hurts to say that. It so hurts. It's selfish, isn't it? I can't forget the pain you caused me despite how hard I try. But, I do forgive you. Because somewhere along the way, this horrible cycle has to end. I don't want to hurt people anymore. Alright. Then come with me. Let me help you. Why? Where are we going? To the door. You said you heard your mom, right? Let's go see her. I'm scared. What if she isn't there? What if I was wrong? It's okay. There's nothing to be afraid of. You can rest like you always wanted. No more coming back. No more hurting people. Though I can't tell you what's waiting for you, I know it's better than this. I promise you that. Ayumi, do you think it'll hurt? No. How do you know? I don't know. But the dark responds to the feeling of people in it. Every time we butt heads, it pushes me out. It feels different now. It feels peaceful. What I'm trying to say is, I don't want to hurt you, Reina. I only want to help you. And I think the dark will too. Oh, okay. I'm ready. Thank you, Ayumi. I don't know why you helped me, but thank you. Bye, Reina. Bye. Bye. For years, Reina searched for the door. The whole time it was nearby, hidden by a thick darkness that shifted in reaction to her own hatred and fear. The mask began to tug at me as if guiding us, and together, hand in hand, it appeared in front of us. I wasn't sure how I hadn't noticed it before. It was like it had always been there. Until that moment, I never noticed how small and truly fragile she was. Standing in front of the door, she shook like a leaf. Squeezing her hand, I reassured her, told her that I forgave her, knowing that if she took a step forward, it would all be over and she would find peace. I thought maybe I would too. For a long time, she stood, saying nothing. Then, eventually, she let go of my hand and moved through the door. And as soon as she did, her image began to fade. She was smiling. Not the unhinged smile from my past, but her true smile, the smile of a little girl. It's that smile, free of hate and malice, that I remember now. The dark remained even after she left, though it began to change as I remained within it. Suddenly agitated and expansive, like it was growing. Somehow I knew what little light I saw was because of Reina. Her fear and hatred diffused out of the shadow. Thanks to that light, I was able to find the surface. The mask didn't quiet after Reina's passing, and every day it became more and more restless. One day I cast it in the sea near Kamakura, and despite the Kawana's woman's warning, it never returned to me, though occasionally I can still feel it, scratching like the pin needle on the back of my skull. When the girl faded, other memories did too. Impressions of a man called Kazuki Tanaka and a love we once shared. I find pictures in my apartment that I know are him, yet all I see is a face of a stranger looking up at me. Some nights I wake up with tears in my eyes and images of that face crying out. Some nights I wake up with tears in my eyes and images of that face crying out for me from some of the dark corner of my dreams, and I desperately try and remember why that memory remains. Yet, something about those pictures and staying in that apartment feels familiar, even if I can't make sense of it some days. All I remember for sure is Reina's smile, knowing that in those final moments, she forgave me for what I did to her, which was shooting her in the head. Finally, I was able to feel peace. Oh, this has been a ride. Personally, I gotta love games like this. I don't mind the lack of audio. I don't mind the somewhat linear paths. Because at the end of the day, story is what's important. And it has been a while since I've had a story that has given me chills. Tokyo Dark is an amazing little piece of game. Is an amazing little game that it's fun. Not in the way one would expect, but it makes you think. Reina herself was cast into darkness. Since the day she was born, her life was full of sadness. And somebody, a man named Tanaka, found and saw that sadness and desperately tried to help her. But in helping her, he lost his way. And he ended up dying. That's where I come in. Ayami Itō was cast in a position that no one should have been cast in. And that story, oh, that story was amazing. I love it. It's adorable. Welcome back. Interesting. Most interesting. Yo, nothing but a crow. Feeding on the carrion that time leaves in its wake. Forgive me for not being Forgive me for not being an impartial spectator of human suffering. The woman had her own desires. I only gave her a little push. I thought you'd be happy. Itō found forgiveness through the context of her suffering by drowning herself in the past. A historian's dream. A gesture of extraordinary kindness, yes, but history does not smile at the happiness of one. It favors the welfare of all. Time is not a single thread, but a complex tapestry, pushed and formed into a picture by the forces of fate and chance. The different threads present a myriad of truth, but all an aspect of the same visage, nonetheless. A myriad. Interesting. I would have thought one so interested in history would adhere to a single truth. Oh, on the contrary, if history has taught me anything, it is that there is no one truth. The deeper one gazes, the more complex it becomes. Yes, all are truth. All grant insight into the same puzzle. You're right, my old friend. Time is a spiral. And observe it long enough, and we may yet learn something. No. She is not your plaything. It is not your decision. There is only one way this can end. Only one way for the world to remain intact and stop the thing that's coming. It must be protected. The role must be performed. Stubborn, so stubborn. Allow me to ask you a question. I believe you know it already. You've asked it before. Indulge me. I asked her the same question. If the dancing puppet looks up and sees its strings, does it remain a puppet? What of fate and of chance then? I'll answer your riddle with one of my own. You see the storm clouds approaching, and though you take shelter or alter your course, does the storm not come regardless? Pah, no fun. You've never tolerated my philosophical side. Nor you me when I tell you how things are. I suppose that we are one and the same. But what of her? All we can do is see, but eventually she will end up there. There is only one path which will hold the world together. There's a new game plus. Nice. Okay, cool. What the fuck? Okay, so that means a handful of things. I believe that Tokyo Dark is a long story, very much like Doki Doki Literature Club, which is a fun game as well. I have to finish the endings. I have to finish all the endings to figure out what the fuck is going on, because the collector and the historian, all both, you know, time watchers, observers, or whatever. Something is not quite finished. I am still at the mercy of these two puppet masters, and unfortunately, so is everything else. So what will happen from this point on is that this will be the final episode of Tokyo Dark. There is still more to the story. All the answers were not finished. All of the things, there are still questions. The historian and the collector are both crazy. The cats themselves, I didn't get all of them, but the finale of the story, and the one I choose to believe, is that even if I still have to suffer, young Reina, the young girl, is finally free. Because if I have puppet masters, well, they can do whatever the hell they want. I might be dancing to their tune, and even if I look up, I may see the strings. But that doesn't matter. My choices will still always be my choice, whether or not there may or may not be strings. We're gonna end today. We're gonna end the episode. We're gonna tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow, we will have a new game. I don't know. I don't quite know what it is going to be yet, but it is going to be something. Probably something a little lighter in tone. I've done a lot of dark games recently. Doki Doki Tokyo. A lot of these games have kind of a dark twinge to them, and so we're not gonna go down that path for the intermedium. But yeah. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you want to finish up the rest of the story, I highly suggest that you pick up Tokyo Dark, go down the other play routes, finish it in half the time I did, and yeah. If you enjoy the content, leave a like, leave a comment down below, and I will be back tomorrow. So hit that subscribe button, and I bid you adieu. Later.